Let's look at a few text level elements. So there are a few elements that allow us to sort of add a little bit more semantics to our content. So let's take this sentence here. It says, HTML's only purpose is describing content. If I was to read that out to a human being, I would probably say HTML's only purpose is describing content. And you can see that I specifically emphasized the word only. So in HTML, we can create that emphasis using the M tag, like this. Now, if this sentence was to be read out to a human being by an accessibility tool like a screen reader or something like that, the voice would be changed on the word only. So it would say, HTML's only purpose is describing content. So that's called emphasis. Now let's look at this one here. And it says, we do not choose HTML tags based on how they look. If I was to read this out again to a human being, I would say, we do not choose HTML tags based on how they look. So here I've emphasized do not, but I feel like I've emphasized it more so than I emphasized the word only here. So we have another tag to do that. It's called the strong tag. And the strong tag, the purpose of the strong tag is to strongly emphasize something like I did right there. So we do not choose HTML tags based on how they look. Now, if I was to pop this open in my browser, you will notice that these actually have some default styles. So this one is italic and this one is bold. So M becomes italic and strong becomes bold. But that is not why we choose them. We choose the M element because it adds emphasis, not because it makes something italic. That's what CSS is for. We choose the strong element because it makes something really emphasized, not because it makes something bold. That's what the CSS is for. So we're choosing these elements based on their content purpose. So here's another element down here, or some text, and this is not in English, as you can see. In fact, it's in Pig Latin. So since it's not in English, I probably want to denote to my user that this is no longer English. And I can do that with the I tag. So I've wrapped this in an I tag. Now the purpose of the I tag is to denote things that are not the same phrasing as the rest of the content. So not in English, someone's thought, a ship name, a sarcasm, irony, that sort of stuff. That's why we'd use the I tag. There's one more tag I want to point out here, and it's the B tag. So in this paragraph here, it says this document is about code primarily. So since this document is really about code, the word code is kind of like a keyword. It's a slightly important word in the rest of the content. And so we can use the B element like this to wrap around the word code. But if I go back to my browser and refresh, you can see that the I tag is italic and the B tag is bold. So again, we're not choosing the B tag because it makes something bold. We're choosing it because it's a keyword. We're not choosing the I tag because it makes this text italic. We're choosing the I tag because this text is in another language, or it's a thought, or it's sarcasm. The style that we're seeing here, the bold and italic, that is purely CSS. So the browser has its own default CSS and it's being applied here. So we don't choose tags based on what they look like. We choose them based on their content purpose.